Hey hackers, Blue Cosmo from CCS here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk to you guys for a second. I usually like to do these little videos where I kind of do like a little story time thing where I kind of talk to you guys, communicate to you guys about certain things. The last time I did this was how I got into hacking. So if you are curious about how I got into hacking, definitely check that video out. But today I wanted to talk to you guys, right? I wanted to bring something to your attention. It is Black History Month, and I feel as if I'm supposed to say something about this, so I am. And the reason I'm actually making this video in the first place is because of a comment I got on one of my videos 2 weeks ago, and it's from username The Poop. Not kidding, in all caps, The Poop. And 2 weeks ago they said, "Coming from a black hacker, it's nice to see that I'm not the only one. Great job, man." And I saw this comment and it kind of motivated me to make this video, right? And kind of talk to you guys about my experiences as a black man and my, I guess, views and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully this isn't super socially awkward and stuff as like half of my videos are. But I guess I'm going to talk about my experiences, at least within the cyber community, right? It's a, for the most part, very welcoming community. There's always going to be like those script kiddies that think they know everything, or people who just think they know everything, and difficult people. And we definitely have had some difficult people in the past, in relative, or at least in relation with the company, if that makes sense, if that's the right words or vocab. For the record, my English is terrible, so I do apologize for you guys trying to understand what I'm saying. But I don't know. It's weird. I've definitely gotten like racially motivated comments. And I used to, like hang out on the Discord and I get DMs and stuff. I'm trying to stray away from my profanity problem, but it's only as good as I can make it. But yeah, I don't know. It's for the most part a fairly welcoming community. At least I can say from my experiences, and that may not go for everybody. But I definitely think that when it comes to things like representation, it's definitely important to have. I also think it's important to just do what you want to do, right? Don't let things or other people prevent you from doing what you want, like doing what you want to do. See? Oh my God. But I don't know. It's just kind of like, can someone count how many times I'm going to say that in this video? I don't know. But yeah, it's just like when it comes to this community and like my experiences and like when doing what you want to do, it's kind of like when, okay, let me go back to my actual point about representation. Representation is very important to have within any community, but it's also important to do what you want, right? And what I mean by that is like, don't let the color of your skin or your racial background, even ethnic background, even sexual orientation, deter you from doing what you want to do. Definitely, I'm gonna just put that out there, right? It should be less about diversity within the community and more about doing what you want to do, right? If you're black, don't feel obligated to have to do some sort of job to have diversity within this spectrum. Do what you want to do, follow your dreams, right? That's what I'm trying to do. I really love cyber. I got into cyber through malware, as you heard me say it probably a million times, so we'll make it 1,000,001. But yeah, I got into cyber through malware, and I love teaching, and it's one of my dream jobs to teach, but teachers don't get paid jack, so I'm gonna just stick with YouTube, which I get paid even less, but that's not the point. It's not the point. But it's just kind of like looking at that. Definitely just follow your dreams, do what you want to do, and don't let racism and sexism and colorism and all the isms deter you, because it's important to do what you want to do. You only have one life, as far as we know anyway, and life is too short. And I know I'm only 18, so, and I like turned 18 like a month ago, so it's like I don't know how how much life advice I can give, but I can definitely say from my perspective, ignore those people you know what I'm talking about, those people, right? The people who are slowing you down, the haters. The word's kind of cringy to me, but you get the idea. The haters, right? There are always going to be people like that. There are always going to be people who are going to like target you for your color of your skin or target you for your sexual orientation. It's just kind of important to remember like what you're here for, and remember what you want to do and what you're trying to do, and also to see like to also have people around you to kind of motivate you and guide you, right? For example, the Discord server, and I'm not plugging the Discord server, join if you want to join, but definitely consider it because it's a really cool community. And if you ever want to contact me, I'm pretty much there every day. But on the Discord is a good friend of mine, Motzi, Sisgerm, Adam, Banana, Kiara. I'm so sorry if I'm forgetting people. I'm going off the top of my head, and but you know, all these people that I'm interacting with on the Discord server are incredible, and especially people who are assigned to the company of Cosmodium Cybersecurity and are helping me follow my dreams, and they're achieving their own dreams through it. And I think it's just incredible. I'm definitely happy to be, you know, where I am. I obviously want to keep growing and developing and hopefully exceeding expectations. But back to the whole thing about race. You know, it's shitty, right? It is. At times it can be. Like I'll usually like take breaks when recording because of certain things that I'm not going to dive into, but you guys can probably assume through any common sense you may have about the topic of this video. And so yeah, I've obviously been discriminated against before, and I know I'm of a lighter complexion, so there's, you know, things based around that. And everybody has their own problems. Everyone has their own shit to deal with. And I know I just said earlier that I'm trying to stop profanity, but stop profanity. See, my English, I told you guys my English is terrible. But you know what? We're gonna keep rolling. Anyways, yeah, I mean, the way I grew up, right? I lived in 7 homes, attended 7 different schools, lived in 2 different states, Maryland and Florida, on 2 different occasions. So I lived in Maryland twice. And that's where I am currently. I honestly don't care. You guys can OSINT me. I'm like more OSINtable than a goldfish. I don't know. I'm really bad at these types of videos where I kind of just hit record and talk. But you know, we're gonna keep rolling with it anyway. I might have to cut a lot of this stuff out. I don't know. You know what? That's a problem for future me, right? I get so sidetracked so quickly, and it's like not even funny because I'll like forget my original point. But yeah, I was kind of talking about like how I grew up, and not obviously, that's okay. But following the stereotype and such, my parents did get divorced when I was around 7. I do have 2 siblings, one older, one younger, and I'm not going to say any names in particular or call anyone out in particular for the most part, because they can watch this video just like you guys can, and not trying to start any family ties. So what I will say is I definitely want to give like a special shout out to those members within the family who's always been there to support me, and for the most part they've all been there to support me in their own way, shape, or form. But it's definitely hard growing up like that, you know, when you're like 7 years old as a black kid, and you know, no father figure, right? Single mom who has to support the family, so she has to work, right? And so it's really just me and my siblings, and yeah, I don't know how much I'm gonna dive into that. Maybe Patreon content or something, but but yeah, it's definitely hard, you know, like it's definitely like difficult and a challenge, and it's like I don't know, especially in our modern day and age, because we've gone really far, right? For the record, I'm gonna just put this out there. I know America, where I live, is not perfect, far from it, but what I will give it is that we are far better than a lot of the other areas where a lot of other colored individuals, black individuals, are being segregated and discriminated against, just as here in America, just on different levels, right? I'd like to say that America is moving in a forward direction. I definitely think that especially after recent events such as like the unfortunate death of George Floyd and the BLM protests. And there's been a lot of change, right, moving forward, which is good. I'm very happy about that. And I think it's really important to see that we have that luxury to be able to start inciting change. And you know, America is one of the youngest countries, not one of the youngest, I don't know, but we're like not even like 300 years old, right? Like 1775, 2022, do the math, it's like 300 something, maybe less, 200. I'll just put the number here if I decide to edit this video. But just putting that out there in comparison to like Great Britain, who has been here since like God knows, we've been able to incite change at a quicker pace. Is basically my point, right? And even with like our president Barack Obama, or previous president Barack Obama, even if you don't completely agree with his policies, that's not the point. The point is that having a black president in office was change, and it was a new future, a new movement within the black community. And let's go. I'm here for that, right? Regardless of my political opinion or your political opinion. I try to keep that out of this so if we can keep the videos less controversial, but I don't know. I think it's just cool to see that we're moving in a forward direction. Again, you know, it isn't perfect. Nothing's perfect. Except for me. No. But I don't know. I like to say that we are moving in a forward direction. And if you disagree, or if you have your own experiences that you would like to share, put them in the comment section. Mati, he's a member of the Discord community. He's also the Chief Operations Officer here at Cosmodium Cybersecurity. He and I used to do like this podcast thing every Sunday. We'll probably start that back up, and if we're able to start that back up, we can definitely talk to you guys about your experiences, whether it's racially or not racially motivated. But I definitely think it's a point to kind of recoup on the fact of, you know, it's February, it's Black History Month, and I know Kanye was talking about, instead of Black History, it's time to talk about Black Future, right? And I'm here for that message too. I think, you know, it's important to look at both. But I don't know. It's just interesting, you know? I don't really know where my intention was to go with this video. I just saw the comment and I was like, I probably should talk about this. And I kind of wanted to talk about it anyway, but ignore the construction going on. Just, it happens. But yeah, I guess kind of recoup and make sure I'm not missing anything I kind of wanted to touch up on this video. Yeah, I know there's like, especially when it comes to like the security community, how I grew up and like fatherly figures. There wasn't, like, with no disrespect, a lot to look up to. You know what I mean? So I was like a terrible student in middle school. I don't know if you, for those who knew me, I was not straight, right? Like, as in like focused, not as in sexuality. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm so I was not focused, dialed in on my studies and my schoolwork and my stuff. And yeah, and it was mainly because of just like family ties and like the divorce within the family, and then interactions with this and the third. But something I guess I kind of want to touch up on that was like, I remember I had to point to this. I promise I did. I just get distracted. I was going to say that, yeah, looking up, when you're growing up like that, and, you know, as you are growing up, when you're younger, you need people you can look up to kind of be inciting on what you want to become. Like, you kind of grow up based on your environment, right? If you grew up in like certain areas, you'll grow up to talk the way the people talk around you, to have similar opinions to the people around you, to have a personality based on the people around you and your own individual characteristics as well. But you definitely grow up based on your environment, right? The problem with me was that my environment was always changing, right? Like I said, 7 homes, 7 schools, 2 different states on 3 different occasions. Yeah. it's weird because it's like my entire life growing up, I was always trying to fit in, right? So the environment was changing. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to, get to know people, which is why I'm so social now, because like I'm really good at making friends, which is good, I guess, maybe. I don't really know. But I think it's kind of just like interesting because it's like you can definitely see like how, at least how I grew up, I could definitely see like the different cultures, the different environments. Like I used to live in like black majority communities, and then when I went to Florida, there was more of like a Hispanic white majority community, and then there was this and then there was that, and it's just weird, and the problem with that growing up is that like you can't really find yourself. It's like the way you grow up like that is like you're kind of just like always trying to fit in, so you never really find yourself, you never really develop and become yourself. And that was kind of what I had, right? It was for a long time I didn't know who I was up until I discovered like the whole world of computer science. And I know that sounds like hella cheesy and like probably kind of cringy, but it's true. Like I fell in love with hacking, and it's just like it's sweet, because that's kind of how I found myself. Like computer science and hacking, it was like the one thing that wouldn't change necessarily, right? It would evolve, but it wouldn't change, right? When you grow up like that, you're moving to new houses, new neighborhoods, new schools, new friends, new girlfriends, leaving friends. And the leaving part is, I have weird trauma stuff going on. Let's go. But I think that with that, it's kind of important to look back and like find what you love to do. And kind of was talking about earlier, right? It all circles back. Look at the universe being cool and stuff. It all circles back, right? And the way I grew up with, having a lot of trouble finding what I like to do, and then eventually discovering, hacking. And if you want to learn more about that story, how I got into hacking video, it's honestly one of my favorite videos I ever made. But yeah, anyways, that's not the point. The point is that I fell in love with hacking, and that kind of allowed me to find who I was and find communities like this Discord server, the one I'm on currently, or the one is in the link in the description and whatever currently. I'm on there all the time, and I have friends outside. I hang out with friends. I'm a very social person. I'm always going to parties and events and stuff. With COVID, obviously, that kind of changed, but I think it's really important to like, of course, do what you love and find what you love doing. And I know I kind of circling away, straying, that's the word. I know I'm starting to stray away from the topic of Black history for a second, but I think that's always important, regardless of your color, your skin, your orientation, whatever the heck. It's just find your people. And if you don't have a people, join the Discord server and you will find some people. Yeah, I'm sorry about all the plugs, but I am serious, like it's important, and nobody deserves to be like alone in the world. People need people. Humans are social creatures. We're social beings. Even if you like being alone, you don't like being lonely, I would hope. Because if you do, I'm curious on what happened. But yeah, I guess I can talk a little bit more about my experiences, in Black stuff. I'm fidgeting with this alligator clip, so if that's being picked up by the microphone, I am like terribly sorry. That must be like really annoying. But I don't know. It's just like, you've heard the stories before, like people calling you, a certain word in the store, like strange looks, even interactions with people, just like, and it is what it is. I look past it. But what's important is how you take it, right? A lot of the times you have to be like the bigger person, right? And kind of let those types of things go, or deter them and make them better, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, don't just let it happen, but like understand why it's happening. How can we fix it? Is there an issue, right? I like to say the world's better where they look past the colors of your skin, or whatever sex you are, or whatever this, that, and the third is. But it's important. And I know this is completely different from my typical cybersecurity content, but like I said, I like to talk. And I like to make these, videos, the little story time videos. So hopefully I covered enough or something. Huge shout out to the Poop for leaving that comment. That kind of just motivated the idea for this video. And I hope you guys are not, facing some serious racial hate or anything like that, because that's not it. That's not cool. But yeah, reach out. There's plenty of cool people on the Discord server and any other community. I think a huge theme with this whole thing is community. And if you look at the first episode of our podcast thing that Matsi and I were doing, was all about community. And it's true. Finding your community, finding your people, finding your place is kind of key, And I don't know. I feel like you'll hear from other YouTubers and stuff about like, okay, first of all, I say YouTuber, like I only have like 1K subs. I'm not like I guess I'm a YouTuber. I don't know. I'll leave that up to y'all. But and I doubt like too many people are going to watch it. It's not the point. The point is kind of like, I don't really know what the point of this is. I'm kind of just recording, what I mean? No, the point is to talk about Black history. And honestly, really, like for real, like when I was making last year, the Black History article on the website, if you have not seen the Cosmodium cybersecurity website, check it out, cosmodiumcs.com. Really cool website. Plenty of cool articles and such. But when I was doing research for, Black history, it was difficult. Like when I was writing that article, I was trying to find people who, Black leaders within the cyber community. And the most notable from my memory was the dude from Rapid7. I cannot remember his name, but the CEO of Rapid7 is a Black man. And yeah, and I think that's really cool to see, Black CEOs in the cyber community. Because when you look at it, right, like this is computer science, and then this is like cyber. It's like, and then like if you mix cyber like this, and then there's like all these different communities here: malware, web hacking, cryptography, blue teaming, red teaming, the whole nine. It's a diverse community, but is it a diverse people? Yeah, but when it comes to color of the skin, I guess that's really up to the individuals. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're a Black person, you don't give two craps about cyber, then don't go cyber. Do what you want to do. But yeah, I do think diversity is important. Yeah, I don't know if there's much more to talk about here. And I hope I don't drag out the video too much, because that's just like annoying. I kind of hate when I do that or people do that. So I'm making sure that I'm not missing anything of significant importance. If you ever want to hear about my personal experiences, just DM me, or we could probably talk about that on the podcast thing. If we ever get back on that, that's on me 100%, but it is what it is. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to end the video here. We're hitting that 20-minute mark, and I want to bore you guys. So hopefully I can commit to editing this video. If not, I hope the me talking for 20 minutes straight wasn't too boring. And yeah, stay happy, y'all. Stay positive, and as always, happy hacking.